right, beautiful ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the group. I just love how we continue to grow. And I am just curious to how you all are spending your time these days, as it is so clear to me that now is the time for us to really make moves and to grow our influence. I was inspired by one of my mentors and also just from some people in the reality of the fact that, 95 to 99% of the people won't be moving forward to what they really want to do in life. After this whole virus thing is over, after everyone goes back to normal and we get out of this, sphere of fear, people are just going to go back to their lives, right? People are going to go back to jobs that they hate if they still have a job. People are going to, go back to living in what I call, scarcity of time or scarcity of joy, and just accepting it as status quo. Let me tell you, there's a paradigm shift that's taking place. There is a global elevation in consciousness. These same people that are going to go back to their mundane lives, they're doing this out of fear because they're not allowing themselves to step into what's really good for them, what's next for them, their next level, because of fear. And listen, when I say this with all levels of love here because I was one of those people for a very long time. I resisted the call on my life because I was afraid. I was afraid financially, what was going to happen to me because I was good at what I did. So I wasn't concerned that I couldn't work, right? But I wanted to do more. I wanted to leave. I wanted my freedom. And so we are activators, people. In this group, we are people who are deciding that we are going to define what our future looks like because we're going to create it. And so now is the time for us to take this leadership position and really step into that because of where people are at. So they're actually torn, right? They've got this status quo conditioning, they've got this status quo way of living and accepting, what is, but at the same time, they're being pulled and they're being tugged into expansion, into becoming closer to God, into really stepping into what they're here to do and create. The thing is, because they were taught that, they are afraid of it. They were never taught how to not resist these things and to walk in faith and to follow peace and to walk in ease. What they were taught is you have to go to school, you have to get a good job, a professional job, and you got to stay there until you're 65 years old, and then you have to live out the remaining part of your life on whatever small monthly income that you have. That is the conditioning. But what that does is that creates a workforce for the top 1 to 5%. I'll say that again. What that conditioning does is create a workforce for the top 1 to 5%. I'm a firm believer that the people in this group, the people that we will attract into this group, is in that top 1 to 5%. We are not designed to be in that workforce. If you're anything like me, which I know you all are, you don't want to do that. You want freedom. So here's the thing. Now's the time for us to get out there and influence people because there's such a high level of fear. There's such a high level of scarcity, but it's all part of the conditioning. And so our vibe, our influence gets to go in to the communities and be that beacon of light that they crave. They don't know what they don't know, right? So I'll say that again. They do not know what they do not know. So this is why now is the time for you to grow your influence. If you have accepted the call on your life that the nudging that you've been experiencing all these years, the uniqueness that has set you apart, that the oddities that you have, the desire to go out and speak and share and influence and just be that person that's doing TED Talks. If you're that person, now is the time for you to go out and influence a world of people that are conditioned to function from fear. Fear is a very low vibration. So, just in the effort of you elevating your vibration and just in the effort of you stepping into your call, makes you different already, because now you become this beacon of light. Now you become this spiritual mentor. Now you become this person that can lead them into the expansion, whatever it is that they're looking for, to step into ministry, become healthier, improve their marriage, or whether it be make more money, whatever it is that you're called to help people do, whatever your specialty is. Know that now is the time to do it, because we are at an all-time high with fear. It is just a heavy spirit that is in the earth right now. This COVID virus is both a curse, if you look at it that way, but I look at it as such an opportunity, and I mean this with all sincerity, such an opportunity to go out and bring your message of hope, bring your message of joy, bring your message of peace, bring your message of God's word. Whatever your message is, whatever your packaging is, you get to bring that. Now is the time. Your challenge would be to overcome their objections, overcome their conditioning, overcome their belief that they're not made for more. People honestly and sincerely believe that status quo is it for them. Now, here's the thing. Here's the tug of war that they're experiencing. I'm going to share this with you. This is happening on a global level. The tug of war that they're experiencing is, I desire to grow. I desire more, fill in the blanks. I desire to have. The thing about desires, you have to understand, ladies, is desires are there because they are showing you, they're like a roadmap. They are showing you what's possible for you. They are showing you what's available. If you desire a thing, that means it's for you to have a thing. Like, I don't desire to go build a bridge because it's not my job. It's not for me to do. I desire to speak. I desire to share. I desire to influence. I desire to raise up leaders. I'm called to do that. I do that with ease. I am made to do that. For that. The people that desire what you have, they are made for that. They have not learned how to step to it, and this is where we come in. We are the activators. We are the ones to lead them into their expansion and their growth. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. So you guys get what I'm saying here? We are the ones to lead them into that. They are praying for us. They are longing for us. The tug of war is the conditioning won't allow them to step into it. The conditioning only allows them to scroll on Facebook, right? Scroll on Facebook and just be, ooh, I wish I could do all come together, and I don't. Well, they can't do it because they're telling themselves they're not allowed to do it, when you and I know that that's not true, but their conditioning won't let them. This is where we come in, ladies. This is where we come in and shake things up. This is where we bring in our targeting, marketing, our targeted words of influence and inspiration, and we activate them and we motivate them to get into action. This is where this comes in. This is where leadership comes in. This is where the powerhouse light worker steps in, because at the end of the day, we are ushering in the elevation that's taking place. Everyone inside of this group, this is why I wanted a separate group of people who were serious, because everyone inside of this group is fully aware of the fact that we are made for more. We are made to impact. We are made to lead. Very divine disruptors. I love that. You mind if I use that? We are divine disruptors. Thank you, Tina Marie. Yes. And so we know that in this group that's our function. That's what it is that we do. I am telling you, now's the time to get visible, and now is the time to get out there with your messaging and let people know that you are open for business, and don't treat this like a hobby. Because here's the thing, if you do that, and I did this for a while, if you do that, what will happen to you is you will get a sense of dissatisfaction. you will also continue to have this tug of war within yourself, because there's a reason behind the fact that you're treating like a hobby. There's a reason why you're not place. There's a reason why you're not showing up. And that would be whatever it is for you. But at the end of the day, it is for all of us to show up and show up fully to serve these people. This is our job. This is what we're here to do. So now is the time, ladies. I want to encourage you all this morning or this afternoon. Now is the time for us to come forth. And I encourage you, if you all need some support from someone who's doing this, I've been doing this now for several years with my bumps and bruises and all. I have streamlined my process on how to get clear on what it is I'm here to do, how to get clear on how I'm going to do it, and then how to get clear on how to convince them or influence them, sell from my soul, and then make it happen. And those are the steps. It's simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple from a standpoint of once you start to get out of the way, it becomes easier to do. But just as much as we have to go and influence them, we also have to be in a position where we're ready to do the work. We're ready to accept the call. We're ready to move forward ourselves, because I'm telling you, the world is primed for us as leader to lead them in to the growth that's taking place. This COVID and the plagues and the hunger and everything that's happening all over the world, we are the solution, ladies. We are the ones that is going to help bring balance and bring love and bring joy and bring ease and peace and excitement. We are ushering that in, us, the leaders. And I'd love to say that lady leaders are doing, we're leading the charge. So that's why I'm excited to serve you all, because I know now is the time, ladies. So I encourage you, if you all are straight, you know how to do this, go do it. If you need my help, I can help you. I've got 2 programs, one for someone who's just starting out and you need to get clear on your marketing and who you're talking to and all that stuff. We can work to that. I'm doing a group program for that. And then I have another program for the woman who already has that, but wants to elevate and wants to start to go high end and start to attract a higher paying client. Those are 2 different people. Those are 2 different types of money. All right. So I just you all, I'm going to leave my link here. So click on the link and let's have a chat. My style is I do not push. I operate from a place of ease. I want to make sure that people that I work with is committed to elevating their vibe and also getting out there and making a difference. I'm so done with just kicking things around like it's a hobby. That serves no one. It's deflating. And we don't have time for that. It's just that simple. So anyway, let me see what I've got for comments. Tina, my girl, I look forward to our chat tomorrow. The tug of war is real. You know what I'm talking about. It's a very real thing. It is this thing where they know they're meant for more, but the fear will not allow them to move forward. They're so afraid. And so the most they'll do is scroll on Facebook and admire. That is the most they will do. They will scroll through Facebook. They will scroll through Instagram and say, oh, that's great. Or from judgment, yet they'd be like, well, how come she gets to do it, or, or he gets to do it and I can't do it, or I wish. That is the worst. When a woman tells herself no, that she doesn't have the money to do something, that is the worst. Listen, I lived in that space for so long, and I'm going to do a money course, just a course around money, because I am so committed to the economic and emotional elevation of women. I am so committed that I am going to do a course strictly around money. Not right now, but I will, because I have seen what happens when you change your vibration, when you commit to healing, and what happens to your finances, what happens to you emotionally, what happens to you psychologically when you become a woman where you can be supported, not just emotionally, but financially too. If you want to be that woman, you've got to heal your story around money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Say it. Okay? Say it. It's something that, for whatever reason, we have been shamed around it. We have been made to feel bad about wanting it. Let me tell you, I've been around men. I've been around businessmen. I've been around entrepreneurial men. They are not afraid to talk about money. They are not sitting around talking about, gosh, why don't I just charge, low for that because I just want to be a blessing. Do you know that the first house I bought in Houston, do you know the first house that we bought in Houston, it needed work. It's nice, it was spacious, but it needed so much work. It probably needed about, I don't know the numbers, but let's say arbitrarily it needed about $15,000 worth of work. So I told the seller, you guys got to take care of some of this. But then I had the nerve to say to my husband, this was me. This was all me. Oh, let's be a blessing to them. They're Christians like we are. Let's be a blessing. Don't worry about it. We'll take care. Because I was coming from the paradigm of buying. We had a home in New Jersey where the price point was like 2.5 times higher. So to me, I was getting a bargain. So my paradigm was around, oh, let's just go be a blessing. That's whatever. We moved into that house, and there was so much work to do, and we never really did all the work. It's like I look back at my attitude, my mindset. I was conditioned to like give things away as if my desire was valueless. So I'm a recovering, money shrinker, right? Like, don't shrink when it comes to your money. Let me tell you, money's energy. You can't afford to be giving your services away for free. You gotta feed your family. And I'm sure we all have, what we're aligned to, what feels good to us. I love luxury. I love pretty things. I love lux. So I'm not about to give away my services. Why? I know what it took for me to press in and grow and bumps and bruises I endured and the money I invested in my own self and my own coaching. So why the heck would I give it away? And ladies, you can't do that. You got to be. Oh, everybody say money. Type money. It's okay. Money. I know we're spiritual, but let me tell you, when you're not able to pay your bills, your spirituality is not attractive. It's just not attractive at all. When you can't pay your bills, it's not cute. When you're the one that's calling for a handout, how is that glorifying God? I don't get it. I don't get that. So no, in this group, part of we're getting our worth here. We are valuable. You are valuable. I am valuable, and we ought to be paid accordingly. I'm just saying. So part of growing your influence is being able to stand in your own value, being able to know that what it is that you do is valuable in the world. I don't go to like a doctor and have a procedure or need a procedure like, okay, doc, well, can you do it? One of that. I got going this for 8 years. That's after a 4-year degree in bachelor's. That's insulting. You wouldn't even part your lips and do that. What you would do is probably go fight with the insurance company to see what part they're going to pay. Your daggone sure it's not going to go to the provider and be like, I'm only going to pay 20% of that. Guess what? You're not getting that done. What you do is you go out there, you go to your churches, you go to your people, your tribe, whoever, and you're like, we need the money. We need to raise. You go do you go fund me, like whatever. You make it happen. And I'm saying, you ladies in this group, you are the providers. You are the one that's bringing healing and shifts and transformation to them. And I would say this, and if any of you in this group is a medical doctor by training, please, I'm not here to offend, but I'm going to say this with all sincerity. When you learn to do energy work and you help people energetically, not only do their bodies heal, because my body healed the fibroids, but your relationships heal, right? Your skin heals, your mind heals. So it's powerful. So if you're practitioners in here and you provide energetic shifts and transformation for people and trauma release and all that stuff, ladies, that's super, super valuable. So I hope you are receiving what I'm saying today, because the reality is, if you're going to go out there and influence, if you're going to go out there and be the light, do not let someone put your candle out because they can't see, you know, what it is that you're providing. It is your responsibility to demonstrate to them the value of what you. It says it is my responsibility to do that here with you. It's your responsibility to do that with your people as well. So make no mistake, you're valuable. The work that you put in to become masterful at what it is that you do, the training that you've invested in, the not only that, the most important thing is the daggone call on your life. If you were made for that, you know, for example, like apples. When we go get an apple, we're going to bite into it. It's going to be nice and sweet. If we put it into a juice, and get nice fresh pressed juice. And you know, we love that. That's food that goes directly to our cells, right? That's the apple. So we value that because we know it's going to provide nutrition for us. So we're not going to go to an apple and expect to get plums. We're not going to go to an apple and expect to get grapefruit. We're going to go to an apple and we're going to reap the benefits of an apple, because that is what God made it to be. He made it to be, he or she made it to be an apple, right? So the same thing is, you are valuable. Inherent within you is such potential and such giftings and talents that can literally move and shake the world, the very inside, the core of this world. That is what you possess. We all possess it. Our job is to allow it to come out, is to release it, is to cultivate that so that the world can benefit from it. So in order for the world to benefit from it, we must personally have a high level of self-respect, a high level of self-care. We must be able to afford those services, take care of ourselves at an energetic level, not just go out there and slave girl it and serve all day long and not get compensated. So if you're anything like me, you like to go to the spa, you like to get pretty dresses, you like to get your nails done, you like to sleep and take your naps. All of those are yes, 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 and yes. You really want to increase your influence, then you gotta leave on it and take care of yourself, because you are deeply. We don't do slave girls. Slave girls are broke, and no disrespect. I'm a black woman, so you know, historically we come from slaves. I get it, but I mean it in all sincerity. We don't need to operate under that paradigm. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you this story. I have an auntie. When I was growing up, she used to be a model. She was just gorgeous woman. Still is. I love her. That's my favorite auntie. She lives in Canada. I went to go visit her this year before the whole COVID thing. It was back in March. And my other sister, these are my mom's sisters. So my other auntie has been married now for 50 years. So she had a 50th wedding, and we all got on a plane and went for that. I'm so excited. So I had a reunion, right? Saw all my aunties and saw all my cousins. We all grew up together. And so I saw this auntie, and I, you know, because I remember her from when I was younger, she was just this gorgeous woman. Ladies, I saw her, and I cannot believe how much she's aged, and she's just so worn out. Let me tell you, this woman works. She retired. I think my auntie is 75, right? So she retired. She used to work in the court systems. She retired. And so now she works at home and she bakes, but she takes care of my uncle, who was not very nice to her at all, abusive. Okay, and I can say this, you know, this is a private, sacred space, but he was abusive to her. And I remember she's still with him. She takes care of him. This man can't walk anymore because like cystic fibrosis, so she takes care of him. And she's got a bakery, so she bakes in her home, and she's constantly baking and giving and selling these goods, whatever. She doesn't have the money to create, you know, go out and get a factory, like, you know, really go out and do it big and open up a masterful bakery. So she does all the baking by hand. Sometimes she'll get one or two people to come and help her, but she's so down. She works like 16 hours a day. That is the paradigm that I come from. When I first started taking naps, I felt so guilty. I had to talk into taking a nap. Like, I really got in my mind, what if my mom calls me from New York and I'm napping? What is she going to say? This is what we do to ourselves, ladies, that we think that we have to work for low pay. That's the paradigm that we have to come away from as light workers and as coaches and as caregivers. We want to help people. We are naturally born to be compassionate, empathetic. We want to help people, but not at the expense of our own well-being. So now's the time, ladies. Let's grow this influence. If you want to chat, I'd love a chat. Let's chat and talk about how I could support you, but we got to get out there. Now time, ladies. All right. Let me see what I got. Michelle, that's gold. Hey, love. Thank you. Michelle. Hey, Pat. Hey, Max. Hey, Mike. Good to see all you ladies. All right. I'm going to go now on my calendar today. I've got a call with my mentor, and I also have a call with a web designer, and I got a call from one of you lady bosses today, and I've got some content to write. So if you want to get on my email, no, better yet, let's have a chat if you're interested in having a chat, because then also if you want to get on my email, I can get your email that way too. Anyway, blessings to all of you. I'm looking forward to serving you. Let's get out there and influence these people. It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. All right? Blessings. Have a good one.